what's up everyone? This is Wolfie here with another reaction video. As you can see, I'm on a different place. To be exact, I am actually downstairs in the living room right now. So, let's tell you this one. One moment. Alright, I'm back. So, what I wanna tell, we're going to react to the rest of the Moment with Dr. Wolf episodes. But I don't know how long I'm gonna do it because it's almost 7 p.m. and I haven't eaten dinner yet. So, we're gonna do this as quickly as possible. You ready? Because I'm ready. Let's go.
Come in.
Ooh. Oh, Mouth is
Greetings, Miss
what?
Pie. I've been looking forward to your visit.
Oh, Miss Mouth.
Pinky told me you're good at listening.
Yes,
That's what I'm here
she
for.
is.
Please take a seat and make yourself comfortable.
You should know that your office is built on a site of heaving bedrock.
Oh dear.
I saw obvious signs of buckling and cracking of your front step on the way in, a classic example of periodic soil swelling and resettlement. Also due to the high concentration of clay minerals in this area, which expand in the presence of moisture.
Oh dear. Is it serious?
Oh dear.
Your building's foundation has less than 2 decades to live.
My goodness. I will have to see what I can do about that right away. Thank you kindly for the warning.
You're welcome.
Nice.
Now, as to our session, perhaps we should start
Do
with...
you mind if Boulder listens too? You don't trust doctors.
Certainly not. I don't mind. In fact, having an extra set of critical ears in my office can only be good for my development as a therapist.
Rocks don't have ears.
Right. Of course. Why don't you tell me what's on your mind?
Rocks, minerals, sediments, erosion, tectonic subduction, metamorphic crystallization.
Oh,
Okay, well,
interesting.
that's all very nice, but surely you think about more than just geology. I mean, I had a chat with your sister Pinky the other day, and she says the two of you played a game for an entire afternoon.
It's called camouflage. It's kind of like hide and seek, but way more intense. And it involves rocks. Boulder is really good at it.
I see.
It's okay. I understand. Most ponies just aren't as passionate about rocks as I am.
Oh?
My family and I are all about rocks. We own a rock farm, and I've been going to school with other students who are also interested in geology.
But perhaps you're finding that's not the case everywhere?
I just finished my doctorate in rock science, and now that I've moved out on my own, and I'm out of school, I'm no longer around ponies who share my passion.
And you're worried about what the future might hold for you.
I guess I'm worried that I won't meet enough ponies that I can really talk to. As a geologist, I'm like the ultimate hipster. Everything I deal with is underground.
Was that a joke?
Yes. To lighten the mood, I told jokes about rocks.
Well, that's great. But are you saying not everyone appreciates your humor as well as your
Wow.
interests?
That's right. I'm starting to feel isolated, like an
Aw.
erratic boulder in the middle of an empty glaciated valley.
Ah. Well, I suppose seeing some pony
Interesting.
like your sister Pinky constantly throwing parties and sharing interests and joy with so many around her, perhaps perhaps you're wishing for just a few moments where you could do the same?
Pinky seems to have no trouble having other ponies enjoy her company. I don't want to say that I'm jealous.
Oh.
I see. Pinky really seems to enjoy your company, though. You should hear what she says about you. I don't know if I've ever heard her be so excited to spend time with, really, any pony else. Meeting you for the first time here, I admit I was a little puzzled about her enthusiasm at first, but looking back, I have to wonder whether you provide something for Pinky that really no pony else in the world can.
Pinky is really excitable. You may have noticed that about her. She always has to be careful not to overwhelm other ponies, and holds herself back.
Yes, she's been working on that.
I have the opposite problem, but she's my sister, and I understand where she's coming from. So I think she finds it easier to be herself around me. I also feel like she understands where I'm coming from better than most other ponies do.
Interesting. It may very well be that Pinky loves spending time with you simply because you don't ever call her out, no matter how enthusiastic she may become. That can be quite the relief for most any pony. Finding time to completely let go of their daily stress and interact with some pony who completely accepts them for who they are. It's quite admirable, actually.
I like spending time with Pinky, but I'm not around her all the time. My trouble is finding other ponies who can appreciate my appetite.
Your appetites?
That was another joke. Apatite is a pale green to purple mineral consisting of calcium phosphate, fluorine, chlorine, and other trace elements.
That's very amusing. You have quite the unique sense of humor, Maud. However, I feel I have to say that some of your outward mannerisms may come across as confusing to a great majority of ponies you're likely to meet. And some of your jokes require a depth of knowledge about geology that most ponies won't be able to match or appreciate on the spot.
Are you saying that I have to change who I am?
Oh, certainly not. I think the best policy for any pony is to be true to our authentic selves. However, it seems you may be dealing with a problem somewhat similar to the one your sister struggles with. That being the ability to empathize and meet ponies on an emotional level similar to their own. If you can make that effort to appreciate the interests and points of view of other ponies who may be rather different from you, they are much more likely to take that same level of interest in you as well. And that's how you build the kind of mutual familiarity that you and Pinky already enjoy.
So, you're saying I need to take an interest in things like Rainbow Dash's obsession with competition, or Twilight's love of stiff Kennerlot poetry?
Well, to some degree, yes. I'm not saying these passions of others necessarily need to become your passions, but ponies take notice when you show interest in the things they like as well. It won't always be easy, but it is an effort you will likely need to make for an ongoing basis. That is, if it is really important to you that your circle of friends goes well beyond your immediate family and your fellow geology students.
Oh.
Interesting.
And who knows, you may even discover you have additional interests in new areas that you may not have otherwise considered, and then you can share that with other ponies as well.
I see. That makes me feel a little guilty.
Oh? How so?
It reminds me of how hard Pinky first tried to get me to make friends with her friends.
How did that go?
I may have been a little blunt with her friends when they were showing me things I really didn't think I could like. When we didn't click the way she expected, Pinky created this obstacle course that matched together everyone's interests at once.
I remember Pinky mentioning that. I take it didn't go well?
It was a dumb idea, and Pinky almost got herself seriously hurt, or even killed. But she might have not felt the need to do it if I had tried harder from the beginning to understand her friends.
I suppose that's possible, though it's hard to know for sure at this point. Certainly it's nothing to dwell upon. I think the message to take away here is that people can be very different, but efforts can always be made to understand them in a respectful, non-judgmental way, despite seemingly unworkable differences on the surface.
Pinky is a lot better at this than I am, but I think I understand what you mean, and what I need to do.
Like I mentioned, there's not exactly a simple solution here, but I am willing to assist with any additional insights as you work through this.
Thank you. Boulder is impressed.
Well, that is high praise indeed. When we meet for our next session, we can discuss some more specific efforts and any pitfalls you may have encountered along the way by that point, as well as how you may overcome them.
Sure. Before we close this session, would you like to hear some of my poetry?
Oh, sure. I do enjoy poetry on occasion. Let's hear it.
All of my poetry is about rocks. This is one of my favorites.
Okay.
Rocks. Little hard bodies with character profound, but always quiet, always cold. Abundant treasures all around. Silent witnesses from times of old, forever doomed to drift and fold. Rocks are noble and make great gifts.
It's good to be helping. Nice. Alright. Well, that was quite interesting with mouth interaction. I'd have to say right now, the animation and all were good, but the story was a little bit off. I like mod a little bit, but not that much. But still, nice animation, nice work. Again, nice work. Now we're going to the next one. Ooh, Spike! Spike!
Come in.
Hello? You're that wolf doctor, right?
Wolf
Indeed
doctor.
I am. And you must be Spike. At least I don't know of any other baby dragons in Ponyville. What brings you to my office?
Oh.
I come bearing a message from Her Royal Highness, Princess Twilight Sparkle. She sends her warmest regards. And your latest service fee.
Oh, well, thank you.
Oh.
She says she may not need another session for a while. So she also sends this gift basket.
No.
My goodness.
Wow.
I'm glad to see that Twilight has made so much progress, and I'm certainly grateful
Oh,
for her
I see
appreciation.
pinky symbol,
Though
I see
I'm not
Reddit
entirely
symbol.
sure whether I could handle quite so many sweets at once. I'm guessing Pinkie Pie must have had a hand in this as well.
Yeah, probably. Leave it to the party pony and the Princess of Friendship to lay it on thick. Well, that makes errand number 168. Only 53 more to do today. We're making good time.
It seems that Twilight has you working pretty hard.
You got that right. We're busier than ever now that she's a princess. Good thing she has her #1 assistant to help her stay on top of things.
If you're ahead of schedule, then perhaps you'd like to stay a while? I imagine you don't get many breaks during the day.
Well, I probably shouldn't. But now that you mention it, my legs are kind of tired.
Please, have a seat. I've actually been hoping for a chance to have a friendly chat with you.
Sure, why not? Hey, nice couch. It's so cushy. It makes me feel comfortable and... Wait, you wanted to chat with me? What
Yes.
for?
Well, for one, Twilight has been telling me so much about you over our many sessions, and I admit I was rather curious about meeting another dragon face to face.
Another dragon? You mean you've met others like me before?
Yes and no.
Not that
It's a
much.
bit of a long story, but I actually traveled much of the world with a dragon before finally settling here in Ponyville.
Wow. That sounds exciting. He must have been nice if you spent so much time traveling with him. Most of the other dragons I've met have had some bad attitudes.
Oh? Why do you say that? I mean, if it's something you'd care to talk about.
Sure, I guess so. A while back, I felt this funny itch to know more about where I came from. Ponies around here don't know much about dragons, so Twilight couldn't really help me with that. I thought the best way to find out more about them was to make some fellow dragon friends. So I went on this epic personal quest to the Dragonlands. But it turns out most other dragons don't really care about friendship. They just seem to care about hoarding treasure and having contests to see who's on top. I guess that's the kind of life that makes them happy, but I found it hard to understand. I've lived my whole life with ponies.
As have I. For the most part, anyways. And I am immensely grateful for all their kind influence on me over the years.
Yeah, ponies are great! Mostly, anyway. They're friendly and polite, they give you presents on your birthday, and they actually talk about their feelings. But most other dragons just look at that as being lame.
I suppose you find a much better fit here in Ponyville, then?
Yeah, I guess. After my first trip to the Dragonlands, I realized the best friends I'd ever had always been ponies. But that just meant I was back to where I started when I went on that quest in the first place. I mean, I love my pony friends and all, but I'm still a dragon, not a pony.
Perhaps there's still a nagging sense that you're different, or that you will never truly belong?
Hey, this is turning into something more than just a quick break, isn't it?
We can stop at any time you wish, Spike. I don't want to keep you from your work if that's truly what you'd rather be doing right now. However, if you're willing, I'd love to hear your perspective on this topic.
My perspective?
Yeah.
Why is that important?
Well, as a fellow non-pony in a pony-dominated community, I can tell you that I've often struggled with that feeling myself. There aren't many others whom I feel would understand.
Oh, well, yeah, I get that. I'm just so used to ponies that I don't feel at home anywhere else. But at the same time, it's like I'm not exactly looked at the same way as an actual pony would be. I don't want to complain or anything. Like I said, ponies are great. But I don't know. It's little things. It's almost like I'm the one most likely to be forgotten or something. Kind of like the colt who's always picked last for a team. Except that it isn't just a game. It's life.
I imagine this leaves you with feeling the need to prove yourself, such as by working as hard as you can to always be of indispensable value as Twilight's assistant?
Yeah. Maybe.
Well, from what I gather from Twilight, you've certainly accomplished far more than you may give yourself credit for.
Really? Twilight said that?
Well, not in so many words, but yes. Despite the seemingly inescapable feeling of being an outsider, you've already had quite the impact on the lives of many ponies around you. Perhaps you are appreciated by your pony friends far more than you realize. And correct me if I'm wrong, but is it true you made a second trip to the Dragonlands recently?
Oh, yeah. I was called there by the old Dragon Lord. I even met his daughter, Princess Ember. She was pretty cool. She didn't care much about friendship either at first, but she really seemed to come around in the end. We helped each other get through the Gauntlet of Fire, and now she's the Dragon Lord, ruling all the Dragonlands.
Well then, it would appear that despite being even more of an outsider amongst dragons, you've already made a big impact on them as well.
Oh, well, when you put it that way, I guess you're right.
I think you bring a perspective that is truly unique, Spike, and thus quite valuable. Unlike most dragons, you appreciate the friendly and harmonious ways of ponies, but as a non-pony, you have a way of not taking them for granted. As a dragon, you are in a position to impress these virtues upon other dragons, such as this Princess Ember, in a way that a pony probably never could. And now, due to your influence on her, I expect she is spreading that same influence to other dragons in her own way. It isn't the kind of influence on your part that will necessarily gain you popular recognition, but it is nevertheless a very valuable contribution you've made. And I hope you can be proud of that.
You really think so?
Though you and I may very much operate in the background, in the small and simple ways of serving pony kind, I have no doubt that our influence, even in an indirect fashion, is doing far more good than we may ever give ourselves credit for. Even if we may never be regarded quite as important or influential as those we serve, you can see they aren't going to forget those small and simple actions.
I guess not. Well, thanks for that, Doc. My legs are feeling much better now. That little break really helped. I think I can get back to work, doing my part.
Glad to be of service, Spike.
Hey, Doc. If you're looking for new ways to fit in, you could totally join me and Big Mac in our next guys' night. Discord is only around once in a while, so we could still use a third player in our role-playing game.
Oh, I don't want
any kind of
to
creature you
Discord
want
version.
in ogres and oubliettes.
Oh.
Well, thank you kindly for the invitation. However, I believe my duties with the TF2 analysis crew are keeping me busy enough as it is. Though it's certainly nice to know I would be welcome.
Oh, okay then. Well, let us know if you change your mind. Later!
Enjoy the rest of your day, Spike.
Wait.
And take care.
Oh, and now... Okay, now the scroll is gone.
It's good to be helping.
Don't ever forget there's a whole world of friends to be made out there.
Oh,
Spike, could you hold up for a
very
moment?
great artwork. Very great. Spike's therapy visit. Custom artwork provided by Ethereal. Voice work provided by Gatebook and Isanaculum. Written by Dr. Wolf and Starbat. Yes. Alright, see what's next. Okay, let's see what's... Let's see, okay, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 5. I think we only have 5 videos to go. And yes, I know there are more, but I'm just gonna keep it in 5. So we have the Diamond Tiara, we have Discord, and then we have the villains. Once that is done, then we have the brownie one and a workaholic moment as the end of it. So it's 1, a 2, a 3, So we can do 2 more. Let's do 2 more. Alright.
Why, hello there. You're Miss Tiara, correct? Or do you prefer Miss Rich?
Miss Tiara's fine. So, you're the wolf therapist that the Crusaders talked about?
Yes, I am. Do you need something, Miss Tiara?
Nice animation.
How much is it for you to do whatever it is you do? I need my allowance to cover it.
Please, come in. We can discuss payment later. Make yourself comfortable on the
This
couch,
is
Miss
his wonderful background.
Tiara. Now then,
Seriously
Miss
wonderful
Tiara,
background.
what seems to be on your mind?
Look, promise me that you won't tell my mom I came here, alright?
Oh.
I'm afraid of what she'll think.
Do not worry, Diamond. Nothing that happens here will leave this room unless you want it to. You have my word.
Thank you. Mama is just... I can't imagine what
Wait,
she'd
where
think
is
if you really
her
came to see
tiara?
Perfect rich
Her
ponies
tiara
don't
is
need shrinks.
gone, and
I have to do everything
wait,
perfect.
where's her cutie
I have to do
mark?
what she considers perfect, even if it's not what I think is perfect.
I can understand
Her
how that would be
tiara and cutie
frustrating.
mark has disappeared
It's more than frustrating.
for
It's
some reason.
excruciating. I feel like I only just found out what it's like to be a real pony thanks to the Crusaders. That part's great, but now,
Oh.
every day when I go home, it's like I have to live like a stranger around my own parents.
If it makes you feel any better, Miss Tiara, I know the feeling.
You do?
My father, you could say. He raised me for a very specific purpose, one I sincerely don't understand fully even now, and demanded I do it correctly. The one time I broke away from it in his presence, he became quite angry with me. It wasn't until my brother helped me that I began trying to find out what I enjoyed being rather than just following the path my father had laid out for me.
I guess you do know. And I guess the Crusaders are kinda like that for me. It just took me being such a high horse that my only friend couldn't stand me anymore to make me actually listen.
That is very good, Miss Tiara. The first step to healing from unhealthy behavior is accepting it is unhealthy to begin with. Keep trying to do what makes you happy and makes others happy. You're not being selfish for wanting to be yourself.
I'm trying. I'm even being nicer to my butler Rudolph, and I actually care about him now. I was just being a bully because I guess it just made me feel better.
I see. Would it be safe to say that you felt you had no control over your own life? So by being cruel to others, you could at least gain some measure of control over some pony else?
I guess. I don't know. It just made me feel better. Now being friends with other ponies makes me feel better. A lot better.
Good. Is this what you came to me to talk about?
No. Well, not the main thing. It kinda has to do with it, though. A while ago, Appleton's cousin Babsy came to Ponyville, and she thought I was going to pick on her for being a blank
Babsy!
for not having her cutie mark yet.
Were you?
Yes. I was a bad pony. I admit that now.
Miss Tiara, a wise Pegasus I know would say that you weren't a bad pony. You just made a bad decision. The very fact you can acknowledge it was wrong shows you have empathy. A bad pony does not.
Thanks.
You are quite welcome. Please continue.
Babs was so scared of me bullying her, she decided to be a bully. We spent most of our visit being so mean to the Crusaders, even meaner than I already was, but that's not all we did. We spent time together, we had fun, we...
We're friends?
Yeah, and she realized being bullied didn't mean it was okay to bully other ponies, and she called me out in it. At the time I was angry and upset. I thought we were friends, and then suddenly she's on the same side as the blanks. But
Realizing the error of your own ways allowed you to realize that maybe she had a point?
yeah, You're good at this.
I have had plenty of practice. Please, go
Yes,
on.
he does. Yes,
It
he
isn't that I
does.
feel super guilty for making her bully. At least that's not why I'm here. I liked being her friend. It was fun. Silverspoon is the only one Mama ever saw as worthy of being Ponyville. And being part of the Orange family in Manhattan was enough for Mama to approve of Babs. I finally had another friend she let me have. I felt like a filly for a change, not a rich pony. But no matter how much fun we had when we weren't pulling the same seat, she only wanted to be my friend so I wouldn't bully her. That was why. Not because she actually liked me.
So you want to be Miss Seed's friend because you felt it was genuine, but at the same time acknowledge it was her fear of being bullied by you that caused her to side with you in the first place?
I don't know what to do. Apple Bloom, she keeps wanting me to try to be Bab's friend again, but what if I was the only one who actually felt like we were friends and the entire time she just saw me as somebody who'd bully her if she stopped being a bully? What if she hates me?
Miss Tiara, did the Crusaders forgive you for what you put them through?
Yeah. Before I even asked them to.
And is Babs Seed their friend now?
Yeah.
I can understand being conflicted and hesitant over this. It is a perfectly natural feeling when one has done wrong. But if you and Babs have more in common than simply acting as bullies, then there's hope you two can be friends. Especially if the Crusaders help you. After all, this is Equestria. Ponies tend to be very good at not holding grudges and befriending those no one would expect.
Yep.
Fluttershy and Discord are a prime example of that.
Thanks. I guess you're right. I guess I can try to be friends with her again.
That's the spirit, Miss Tiara. You never know if you don't try.
Thanks. Don't tell any pony I was being this savvy.
Speaking of it, Miss Tiara, to meet again another day?
Oh dear.
Maybe. Thanks, Dr. Wolf. You're a big help.
You're quite welcome. Take care, Miss Tiara.
It's good to be healthy.
It's good to be healthy.
Yes, it is. With artwork by Gerald and voice work by Ivan Pill and written by Guts. Okay, I cannot. Seriously, I cannot see that. Well, I have decided to cut it down right now because it's already past. It's almost 7. It's actually 7:30 p.m. for me, and I still haven't gotten dinner yet, and I still have to do a stream. So let's talk about the videos right now. Well, I already have talked about it with mods. So with Spikes, from Spike was the it was with Starlight. It was with Starlight. With Spike's therapy visit, the animation just perfect. And again, I like the background of this work. Seriously, keep that background up. That's just amazing. Amazing work. Seriously, even I can't make stuff like that, even if I wanted to. And then the next one was Diamond Tiara's therapy. Wait, 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's just 3 videos. Yeah, we're gonna cut it down. I'm gonna tell after the next one, gonna say the Discord, the villains, and then we have our brownie moment and the workaholic moment. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. On my next reaction on Moment with Dr. Wolf, it's going to be 4 videos long. So let's get to the diamond one. With Diamond Tiara's visit, it's again wonderful work. Same background, it's just wonderful to have. I want to make something too like that. I want to make something like that too. Well, that was everything at the moment. I'm gonna say this right here, right now. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe and click the bell button for more videos coming soon. And please follow me on Twitter, on DeviantArt, and on Twitch. This is Wolfie Star with the Blissy Plush, and we both looking forward to see you again. Until next time. Later, guys. And now I'm gonna eat something. Until next time.